All right. Hello, everybody. It is Wifey Wednesday. Hello. Welcome to Wifey Wednesday. It is your girl, Michelle Keinan. I'm also known as a satisfied wife, and I am here to share with you my trick, the most important thing ever. If you are a woman like me, that loves to get what you want, right? You're a visionary, you're a goal getter, you love to like see what you desire and you love to build it out in the world and you're getting it, right? Maybe you're amazing at manifestation, maybe you're amazing at coaching your clients, maybe you are amazing at making sure that like all of your best laid plans come to fruition. But when it comes to your man, when it comes to your relationship, are you getting what you want? Like, is it actually working? Like, why does it work everywhere else? But when it comes to your relationship, it feels like you never get what you want, or he never gets what he wants, or maybe you're sort of getting what you want and you're meeting like 50-50, and you're always compromising and meeting in the middle, and it's never quite leaving you fully satisfied. And in fact, it might be making you a little resentful, a little frustrated. It might be making your man a little bit frustrated or resentful. That is what I'm breaking down for you today. How you can turn any fight, any conflict into a win without compromising, without you feeling like you have to always give something up or like get less than what you really want. Because if you're a woman like me, you love instant gratification, right? And you love winning, right? Hashtag winning. And you love having all of your desires come to fruition. So why wouldn't you want that with your man? Why wouldn't you want that in your relationship, especially when relationships have the potential to give us way more than what we want and what's possible than what we can do by ourselves. So first of all, if you are here joining me live, I know I was having a little bit of technical difficulties before. I was sounding like a robot. Let me know that you're here. If I sound like a robot still, you can drop an emoji of a robot and let me know if my voice is coming through clear. Then just like let me know too. Let me know where you are joining me live from. And you let me know, like, I want you to drop in the comments if you are a woman like me that's a little bit spoiled because you know what you want and you always get it, right? And so, of course, if you're that kind of woman, right, you set money goals for yourself, you set business goals for yourself, you have your like, maybe you do manifestation work, or you have like a board, an inspiration board of all your dreams. Like, you have a lot of clarity on what you want and you know how to work the universe or work your strategies in order to let that come true. But that kind of stuff, those tools, it's not working in your relationship with your partner. And so you might feel frustrated, or you might be bickering or arguing, or it might always feel like you're negotiating, or it might feel like you're not fully ever getting what you want. And he's sort of feeling the same way. And I've been there. And it totally sucks. I hate that feeling because I love getting what I want. I love being fully satisfied. I like bragging even about like all the amazing things that are happening. And I want that feeling in my relationship too, right? Like, who wants to feel like they're always settling, or they're always giving up, or they're always giving in, or it's never quite living up to your like big expectations? I don't want that for anybody. And I was talking to a bunch of women in my community and on my feed, and I was seeing how long women have been in relationships that are in my world, and it's so beautiful, right? Wait, first of all, did you guys know? This is so crazy. Tell me if you knew this. Most marriages last an average of 8 years. Right? So first of all, pat yourself on the back if you're beyond 8 years, okay? And if you're getting to that place, don't worry, okay? Because everything that I'm sharing, right, no matter if you've been with your partner for a little bit of time or if it feels like a lifetime, everything that I'm sharing with you are the tricks and the strategies and the reframes and the tools for you to be able to have a relationship that isn't just about longevity, right? Like, because who cares if you've been with your man for like 20 years, if you feel disappointed all the time, if you feel miserable, if you're not getting your needs met, right? Or if you feel like a lot of narrative of like, well, he's holding me back, or I can't be my full self, or I can't be fully successful. Like, one of my clients I was talking to, one of the struggles that she used to have is she felt like the more successful she was getting, the more friction she had with her partner, or the more distance that she had with her partner. And if you've had that experience, if you know what I'm talking about, drop a comment. There is no shame. Whatever you're going through, we can switch it like that. You can have a different experience with your partner. So if what you're experiencing right now with your man is feeling like you're fighting over the same thing, or maybe what you're feeling like is like you always have to say yes to things that you don't want to say, like you feel like you have obligations and it doesn't feel good. You feel like you're responsible for things that you don't want to be responsible for. Like a lot of women feel like, you know, that the scales are tipped. Oh, good. It sounds better. Awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. The scales are tipped for like that you're always dealing with all the emotional load, the mental load, that you're doing all this unseen labor, right? Plus you're like crushing it at work, plus you're building your business, plus you're building your dream life, right? And you don't want to have to compromise. You don't want to have to feel like you have to give in or give up on things that you really want just in order to keep things together. See, that's what most couples are doing. Most couples are more concerned about holding things together, like clinging to things, being in survival mode, not realizing that your relationship is an opportunity to have like a power couple partnership. That when you really know how to join forces with your man, you can go out of like that holding things together and just staying together into that thrive place, right? From survival to feeling like you're thriving with your partner. And a big part of that is making sure that you are not just agreeing to things that you don't want and that you don't like just for the sake of keeping your relationship together. Now, here's the rub, because a lot of women feel like they're doing that. A lot of women feel like they're standing up for themselves and they're being clear about what they want and they're not like taking shit from their man anymore. And what I want to say about that is that the tactics that we've learned in order to get what we want and need involve a lot of fighting and a lot of pushing and a lot of him versus me energy, right? Like a lot of us, what we've learned from birth is that we have to fight for what we want, especially from men and especially also from our partners. But what that does is that turns into a me versus you relationship instead of a me and you come together and both make what we want and what we need, and usually even better than we can possibly imagine on our own. Because remember, two people have double the resources, double the imagination, double the creativity, double the finances, double the possibility, double the energy, double the everything. And when you combine that together, that's when opportunities become limitless in your relationship, in the bedroom, in your bank account, in your business. And that's the kind of experience that I want you to have with your partners. Someone's asking, can I please have a card? My pleasure. Actually, I have a free gift. You can shoot me a DM. It's my Power Couple Masterclass. Drop in my DMs, Kim, Barbara, everybody. Come on in and let me give you all the goodness, all the free stuff for you. Now, if you are finding that when in your relationship, you're saying what you want, but it's falling on deaf ears, you're fighting for your needs, but you're not getting what you want, you're agreeing to things that you don't want to agree to, I want you to know that there's a different way. But what it involves is learning how to stop pitting yourself against your husband, against your boyfriend, against your fiance, against your partner, and learning, I got all the freebies, come drop in my DMs, ladies, learning how to have a power couple relationship. And what that means and what that looks like is feeling like you can come together with your man and knowing that when there is a conflict, when there is a struggle, when either of you are unhappy, that it's actually this opportunity. It's an opportunity for you and your man to come together to create something new that serves you both, instead of fighting each other to try to like survive and go another day, or sort of like hold things on so that either you win or he wins, or you get something versus he gets something. Because think about it, if you're a business person, if you had that kind of relationship with your co-founder, you'd never get far, right? Like if you were always feeling like you had to fight the other person or negotiate with the other person, it would be exhausting, right? And it wouldn't really feel like a partnership. But we never learned when it comes to our men how to be in partnership and to do it in a way that feels good for us and that feels good for them. Remember, it's revolutionary, right? The idea that you can be happy and fully satisfied and he can be happy and fully satisfied too. And a lot of us have ideology. We've had training. We've seen disappointed mothers, disappointed grandmothers, disappointment in relationships around us, in movies. we've seen so much in the workplace that it's not possible for women, that it's not possible for powerful women. And I am here to show you and to tell you and to teach you how you can make it different, okay? Because this is personal activism. This is how you can change relationships between men and women in your home and not only heal your heart and have the life that you really desire with your man, but also for those of you who have children or want to change the world for future generations, be the change and demonstrate how to make it different in your relationship so that your children see it and so that your children have those different kinds of relationships too. Now, if you want to turn any fight into a win for the both of you, this is my very simple mindset trick that I want you to remember, okay? And it takes a bit more than this. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take a little bit of putting yourself out there, maybe not getting it right, or maybe actually, with some of my clients, they try it the first time and they're like, holy shit, it totally worked. Because see, here's another thing that we don't remember. Another thing that we don't realize is that your man, right? Think about if you're watching this, if you have a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance, a partner, a man that you love, does he want you to be happy or not? Does he want to see you successful or not? Does he want to see you smiling? Does he want to feel you joyful? Does he want to see you like celebrating all the money that you're making? Of course he does. Of course your man wants you to be happy. Of course your man wants you to be making lots of money. Of course your man wants to celebrate with you and win with you. And even more than that, he wants to be part of that. He wants to be the reason that you're laughing. He wants to be the person that you turn to where you're like, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for standing by my side. We built this together. We're growing this together. We're making this happen together. Of course he does. The only thing is that we don't know how to let him, or we don't know the tactics and the ways to activate that and to connect with him. And we keep reliving these stereotypes or these beliefs or these stories that unfortunately we see in so many couples around us, where women feel let down, disappointed, unseen, unheard, unsupported, and it can be different. So if you want to win every fight or if you want to turn any fight into a win, what most of us know how to do, right, is compromise. All right, well, I guess I'll give this thing up and you give this thing up and we'll sort of meet in the middle. But who's happy when you meet in the middle? Is anybody happy when you get only half of what you want, when you're always giving something up? No, I'm not, right? Women like you and me, we want it all and then some, and then $10,000 on top of that, right? Like we want it all. And most of us, when we are building partnerships, we want to be in partnership with a man that also wants it all, that wants to build with us, that wants to grow with us. And so the question becomes not how do I get it from him or how do I win over him, right? But how do I join forces with him? How do we join forces together so that we can both be set up for success, so that we can co-create together, so that we can be creative together, so we can think of an even better solution than what we have in terms of our options now. Most of us are stuck living at a certain level, but anything is possible. And when you have a struggle with your partner, the opportunity becomes, okay, here's our problem, here's our issue, here's what's not feeling good for me. How can we join forces to build something new? How can we use both of our unique imaginations, our unique points of view on life, our unique energies to create new solutions and new structures together that feel good for me, that feel good for you, and that help us get to another level together? Because if you're in a relationship and you're not doing that, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You're not tapping into the greatest resource possible, which is the person that's literally choosing to be by your side, wants to be your ride or die, that wants to join forces with you to create bigger, or else what's the point? You might as well be alone in this world and doing it on your own. And a lot of us are acting and feeling that way in our relationships because we don't know any different, or we don't know how to do it different. So everything I teach inside of my Goddess Wife School with my clients, it's about making this shift. And if you want to turn any fight into a win for the both of you, the first thing, the most important thing that you have to do is stop looking at your man as a barrier, or worse, as an enemy or a roadblock in your desire to have what you want and need. We need to start looking at our men as our partners, as our allies, and as a whole other human with his own unique resources. And how do we join forces together so that we can be in our zone of genius and so that he can be in his zone of genius so we can co-create together? Now, this is going to involve a little bit of practice because a lot of us are used to looking at men and thinking, oh, he doesn't want to help, right? Or, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Or, I could just do it better. I could do it faster. I'm more efficient. I'm already doing it. Let me just do all this stuff. A lot of us are operating in a way that doesn't allow for that kind of partnership. Or even worse, we're operating from our pain and from our trauma that is limiting us and that is telling us, that is advising us that, oh, I'm just going to get hurt or he's just going to disappoint me anyway. Now think about it. Think about a business partner. Think about somebody that you want to build and grow with. If you approach that relationship with that kind of energy, or if you took away any opportunity for that person to build with you and join with you, that would be kind of a difficult partnership, and you'd always feel like you're not getting what you want from that person. And that person would also feel like they're not doing their job, they're not doing good enough, they don't know how to join with you, they don't know how to like, it's an unequal kind of feeling, you're not letting them in, and that's what's happening so much in relationships today. So am I saying you're wrong, you're bad, no, absolutely not. What I am saying is that you have an opportunity here to look at yourself and look at your relationship and see, does any of this ring true? Do you feel like, actually, like, I want his help, but I'm kind of expecting that he's always going to disappoint me? Or I really want him to build with me and to give me new things, but I'm kind of, moving faster than him all the time, or I'm doing things my way, or I'm looking at the way that he's doing things and I'm like, that's stupid, or I could do it better, or you're not doing it like me, and judging him or pushing him away or negging him or criticizing him or not allowing. Now, if this isn't going on in your relationship, cool, good for you, bravo. If you are actually having the different problem where you feel like your man isn't helping you, or you don't feel like he's meeting you, I want you to send me a DM because I have another training for you about that, another explanation about that can really help you have a different kind of inspiration relationship with your partner instead of feeling like you're a manager or the boss or anything like that. But if you want to turn any fight into a win, you have to stop thinking, how can I win? How can I get what I want from you? And instead start to approach those conflicts with an attitude and with an energy of, I'm not happy, and probably if I'm not happy, you're not happy either. So how can we join forces together to find a new solution that makes both of us happy? Because remember, or many of you don't know, I never learned this growing up either. I learned a lot of messed up messages about men that really limited what was possible in my partnership. But when it came to my husband now, I realized so many of the things that I was doing that was cock blocking him and honestly myself, and getting in the way of us both being happy, because I was pre-expecting and sort of setting us up for failure, that I would never get what I want. And so I'd fight with him, I would push him, I would be super self-independent, I wouldn't let him in, and it was exhausting for me, it was unfulfilling for him, and we had to find another way. If you're in an amazing partnership with an amazing man and you just want it to be better, you want to feel like he can really meet you, you know that there's more for you, you know that like there's another level that you can live, there's more depth to your love that you can have, there's the dreams that you want to build together, your opportunity is to develop partnership with him and to learn how to stop trying to get one over him and be the winner. Because with that ideology, that means that there's always a loser, and nobody wants to be a loser, especially when it comes to relationship. And if you want a man that's going to meet you and co-create, if he feels like a loser, if he feels like he's always winning, if he feels like he can't join, he's going to do the opposite of what you want him to do, which is get closer to you, build with you, be creative with you, want to join forces, support you, show up for you, make money with you, get those dreams lives together, take you on vacation, buy all the things, whatever you want, whatever you need, it's all possible. So stop compromising, stop accepting less than what you want, stop agreeing to things that you don't want, stop just trying to survive in your relationship when you could be building something bigger with your partner, with your husband, in your marriage, in your legacy, and in your life. You can learn so much more about how to do this if you shoot me a DM. I have so many trainings, so many gifts, a special gift for you also if you wanted my Power Couple Masterclass. And honestly, if you want to share anything that's going on in your relationship with your partner, I'm on a mission for women, for strong women, to be super happy with their man, to be super happy with your partner. You deserve it, and you don't have to fight your man for your happiness. You can learn how to join forces with him so you can have a relationship with your man that feels as sexy, as satisfying, and as successful as the life you're building, as your career, as your business. He wants to be part of that with you. So stop treating him like he's your enemy, like you have to win over him. Win together, and you'll take any fight, any conflict, and you'll learn how that is the opportunity, the portal for co-creating exactly what you both want, and even better than you can possibly imagine. So any questions, drop them in the comments. If you know a woman that feels like she's struggling or frustrated in her relationship, please send her this video, tag her in the comments. If you're struggling, let me know. It doesn't have to be like that. It's often super simple tweaks that we just never learned as powerful women about how to join forces with our man, but I want you to know how to do that. So I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you next Wednesday for Wifey Wednesdays. Have a beautiful week full of love and possibility. Bye.